Hi, all of you. This is Gil. Now for Dadvice number 23. For some of us who love our cars, I used to love my Mazda 66, and a lot of times you wash it really good and wax it really good, and then you're wondering why it doesn't look clean like you feel like it should after you spent hours washing it and waxing it and making it look good. And despite of the car having a good paint job and stuff like this, sometimes it just doesn't look clean. Yeah, and then you wonder why. Well, I could tell you why it just has that feeling, because it's the wheel wells. You know how dirty it is in the wheel wells, and then you look at the wheel wells, and then we don't actually realize that we're actually looking at all the dirt in the wheel wells. And it also goes with door jambs. Gotta clean the door jambs, clean the door jambs, wipe it off, wash it or wipe it off, wipe off all the dirt, because that's where you don't realize that that's what you're looking at, that's dirty, and then you're wondering why. Because we would never think of wiping down, because we're not gonna see it, right? A lot of people say we don't see it, right? But dead wrong you are. For those of us who's a really car enthusiast, this Dadvice video is for those of you who's a car enthusiast. So yeah, clean the door jambs, wipe it, wash it, wipe it, because when you have a dirty door jamb, then that's when you're gonna kind of notice something, and then it's gonna register the car not being clean in your eyes, but you don't realize it. Like this one, for an example, like in here, we don't realize that, and then it's and then you wonder why the car is dirty. Well, that's the secret on getting rid of that thought in your mind, by cleaning these off, so that way you won't feel like that anymore, because it's just how it is. I didn't think about that until I was young. When I was young, it's I used to feel that same way. And then I was really into my Mazda 66 back in my day, and I washed it all the time, and I loved my car perfect, and then but I would always notice that I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, and it's because of the wheel wells. We could see all the dirt, even though it's not a place you need to clean, but we notice it in our eyes. In our eyes we notice things like that. But even though we don't directly tell ourselves to go wash the wheel wells, but we notice it in our eyes, but we don't realize that that's what it is that's making the car not look clean. So washing the wheel wells really good, wash off all the dirt, especially if you have a dark colored car. All the dirt will show up and stuff. And then it's the car just won't have that clean look, and your eyes will register something dirty on your car, but your mind will say, you cleaned the car. But then you just don't realize that your eyes are seeing the dirt, the messy dirt in the wheel wells. And if you clean that off and make it look nice, then the car will look to your liking, after you spent hours waxing it and stuff. It could be with any car. And maybe with some cars you could paint. Maybe you could paint like some certain undersides like this, for an example. And if it looks all rusty or dirty, that might register in our eyes, but not realize that that's what it is, that why we don't feel like the car's clean and stuff. So yeah, same thing. We could spray paint these to make it look more nicer. Just so that way we could see it as clean. That's my Dadvice there. And for me, I need to paint these, maybe paint these trims, but the other side especially I need to do. See sometimes the little things like this, see how it looks oversprayed. Like the last owner of this car kind of did a bad job, and so when I wash the car, and then especially this, that's another thing, part of this Dadvice video, you spray paint all that stuff, you clean it really good, and then you spray paint this to make it look neat. Even though it's not a place that we have to clean, but we see it. I mean, we somehow see it even though we don't realize it. So that's my Dadvice video. That's my Dadvice to you. So, all right, I hope you liked this Dadvice number 23. Well, it's like the Dadvice number 22 video I gave you. That it was the last one I gave you was cleaning the water spots off with vinegar, white vinegar. That works really good. That's another part that can make the car look really clean, like with that secret too. Basically costing nothing, you know. So yeah, I mean, it costs nothing to do all this stuff to make your car look nice. I mean, for those of you who are car enthusiasts, I mean, I used to be, but I'm kind of done with it. But I still kind of am a little bit. So yeah, so here you go, Dadvice number 23.